Hey guys, how you doing? Oh, I'm trying so hard not to be late, but luckily I really didn't plan on that being one of my New Year's resolutions. I can assure you, I know my limitations. Hey guys, everyone's coming on in. Marie, yeah, Maria. Hey, shuffle cards while we're waiting here. Lori. All right. Everybody's here. Yay! Here's look at a rat's nest. Yeah, cut bad. All right. Hey guys. Allie, Jessica, Gianna, hi. Just wait one more minute here, let people finish coming on board. We got going on here? Oh my goodness, here's everybody. Wow, okay. Gosh. Well, Patricia, come on by, absolutely. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, Gina. Comment allez-vous? Okay. Yeah, I wonder who told you the shop was closed. Not, we're always open. We're closed on Mondays, and we never. I think when I moved the shop, I was closed for a day and a half. It was the shop. We moved across 3 towns and still managed to be open within a day and a half. And I have not been sick in 12 and a half years. You know, the sniffles here and there, but nothing to stop me. So I gotta say, I think I've covered for China a couple of Tuesdays when she was feeling under the weather, but we're pretty hale and healthy here. So, well, what's going on? My goodness, what is going on? The readings this week were heavy because the energy of the collective is heavy. It's here we are. I had said all last year, know what you want to do, know where you want to be, point yourself in the right direction, because this energy that we've been experiencing for 2.5 years now gets played out on the world stage, and you're going to see things exploding. You're going to see things breaking open, exposed, changed, brought down. Other things are going to be raised up, but the key word being change. And old-fashioned words like ethics and integrity were now going to be catchphrases, and that's a good thing. And for anybody who, in fact, is walking their talk, all the people who put in hard work over the years, they're seeing big-time payoffs. We had a great year last year here at the shop, and honestly, it all good. If you've been doing your work, if things have been dangling or things, or you were trying to hide something, I got to tell you, this is one of those times when I get those frantic calls, Laura, oh my God, you know, his wife picked up the phone and saw my number, or, oh, her husband, you know, he saw a text. It's not a good time to be hiding stuff right now. If you are, better be on your game. Make sure you're not, and that's not a judgment. I'm just saying, be on your game. If you're running any kind of a, I won't say a racket, but be careful. This is when people get found out. Full moon is gorgeous. This full moon in Cancer, the wolf moon. Beautiful here in Connecticut. We've got a beautiful shot at it. It is exquisite, and it's cold out, but it's crisp, and it's invigorating. I walked from the shop upstairs, cleaned up, came back down, and in that time the moon just blazing up there, and the energy is palpable, vibrant, but forcing change. You illuminating. That's what the moon does. It illuminates both positive, weakness. Nothing is hidden in the shadows under the full moon. The wolf moon speaks to the collective, speaks to family, speaks to the group, tribe. So the energy is doing for the good of the group. So if whatever you do for work, if it is in fact impacting group, that's great. Within your own family unit, if you're looking at bigger picture stuff, a lot of people are moving in with other family members. A lot of people, I'm moving close too. Now we have a big exodus out of Connecticut. A lot of people are leaving Connecticut. That's true, but they're mostly retiring people, retirement age people. Connecticut, bad state to retire in right now. Our taxes are really high, and our homeowners are insurance and all that good stuff. And homeowners our taxes on our houses are like a mortgage payment in many cases. However, while yes, people are leaving, and they have been leaving steadily, I'm also over this past few months watching people coming back. They miss family. Yes, it's cheaper other places. It's also you make less money. It's relative. And the balance isn't good enough. They didn't go down there. If you went down south with a strong financial, this is leading into the readings, by the way, that we're going to do tonight. If you left here with a strong financial base, you're probably fine wherever you went. Of course, the other thing people from Connecticut are finding is that life is different in a red state. I'm not going to get political, but life is different in a red state. And the Bible Belt we're not in the Bible Belt here. The racism we experience, say it, in Connecticut, it's everywhere, but it's not the same as the racism down south. And many people are shocked when they go down south and they see how people live, what they believe, and what they very, very loudly profess. I'll leave it at that. It's a different world, and a lot of times not comfortable. We're a very education-centric state in Connecticut. Of course, I promote trade schools. I'm like, good God, electricians make mint. Plumbers do great. There's lots of trades and mechanics and all that good stuff. And I'm always promoting that. You don't have to go to college. In fact, many people are not necessarily college bound. But Connecticut is known for its universities and for its education and for its very educated people. So I am a proud Connecticutian, and I do love it here. And I have found success, and my children are here, so I am here. Anyway, looking at financial strength and financial structure, I'm going to quickly look at my comments for 1 second. We'll come back to that. Hey, Patty, good night. I think I know who told you, Patricia. Don't worry about it. Hey, Faith in her new place, her new apartment. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you, Patricia. My brother, Michael. Gail, forcing change. Yep. Hard. So, and actually, I will tell you that the new big retirement spot for the very, very wealthy is Costa Rica. That's where the rich and the beautiful have their bug out homes and their vacation homes and their second homes. But Delaware is leading the pack. No state tax, and you can still get some of that seasonal stuff that goes on without quite the bitter cold that we have. Although we're having a very mild winter thus far. Anyway, Delaware. So it was very cool in this week's readings to read about, or to be reading cards. And women, of course, love and money are always top of the heap. People want to know love and money. But money in terms of, well, will I get a new job? When will I get the promotion? When will I get the raise? My husband going to get a raise? Da, da, da. But this was different. because it was all premised on the idea of financial security, financial autonomy, second house stuff, Taurus stuff, money as an investment, assets as an investment, with an eye to security, with an eye to financial freedom. You know, it's nice in your car when your check engine light comes on and you don't fall into a panic. It's nice when, you know, you're not choosing between groceries and putting gas in the car. And I've been there. I lived from at 14. Trust me, I lived there for a very long time. Tough. So I understand what it is to not have money, period. You know, not count your pennies. Like, count your pennies what? So you can put together 50 cents so you can go to the laundromat. That's counting your pennies. I know what that feels like. It's a shitty feeling. And it's not that I'm flush now, but luckily, hopefully I left those days in my rearview mirror where it's not dire. But that's what money brings to the table. When you are able to chart your own course, when you're able to financially secure your freedom from a bad marriage, a bad home situation, when you're able to pick and choose where you want to live, how you want to live, and that's what you need money for that. You want to start a business? You gotta have money for that. Want to buy a house? All of that takes money. Money is the energy by which it runs right now, and that's for the foreseeable future. That's how it's going to run. We do in our communities. We do see a lot of oh my gosh, what's what I'm looking for? Trade. You know, trading of services. But the idea of having financial security permeated, I'm going to say 85% of the readings this week. So I did the spread today, and I posted it in the comments about financial foundations and changes and opportunities, and we'll look at that in a second. There was more I wanted to say, and my mind just went absolutely blank on the topic of financial strength and security. I do think we're going to see a big shifting of fortunes in 2020. We are seeing businesses close. We saw Forever 21, which was doing bank a couple years ago. You know, that folded. We're seeing Victoria's Secret again. Victoria's Secret closing stores, and this is going to continue. Retail and how we spend our money is going to change. What we're willing to spend on is changing. And even looking, I think, at things like clothing, investing in clothing that's going to last, shoes, boots, coats, whatever, purses, looking at things in terms of investment, if we're in that bracket. All right. So on that note, I'm going to look here at comments. You know, somebody had written, and it always makes me laugh. Quit playing around and give us winning lottery numbers. And, you know, I wish. First of all, I'd be choppering in on a helicopter from my Long Island mansion on the ocean every day. Let's face it. If I could pull winning lottery numbers, it doesn't work that well. But also, I have my own feeling about lottery winnings because they call it the curse of the lottery for good reason. A lot of people win lottery and it destroys their life. How many people win the lottery and they wind up bankrupt in so many years? Marriage is ruined, families ripped apart. I don't believe money is inherently evil. I really don't. It's just an energy source, but man, it can go south fast, really fast. And I have watched too many people get dicked over, myself included, over financial security. And it's funny how when people will beg to borrow money from you and then make you beg so you can get your money back. And that just burns me up. Even when they have the money and they're spending money on trips and you're like, about the money I lent you. Which, you know, yeah. I think you all know what I'm talking about. I think most of us had that experience. Like, not cool. What else can I tell you? There was so much going on this week. Of course, the world at large. Do I think we're going into World War III? I do not. I don't. In fact, I think things are going to back down and calm down. Honestly, looking at the astrology, just in the immediate. Once we get past this tight conjunction, I think we're going to be able to breathe a little easier. Puerto Rico, I had some people in the shop talking about that. Family down there, very, very scared. It's constantly rocking. Every so many hours, there's another quake. If you really want to scare yourself, Google search Canary Islands tsunami, and what a huge quake in that region would. That's the very tip of the Indies, I believe. What that would do in terms of changing the landscape of Western Europe and the New England coastline. That needs to not happen. Wait, just stay tuned. Don't blink, because changes are coming up fast and furious. Coming in for the fair. Barter, that's the word. Thank you. Yep, it's calming down. So the other thing, the fair tomorrow. Fair tomorrow is exciting from 12 to 6. I have got, this month was cool. I actually have every single reader that I have on staff. They're all independent contractors. I shouldn't say that. All independent contractors. But they're my independent contractors. And I have every single one of them in at least one day this month. So I have Gary, who reads the Lenormand cards, very old divination system. It is the system by which Josephine Bonaparte, her advisor, used these cards. It's a very old French system of cards. Fascinating. He does a half hour or an hour with the cards, and he also does conjure. If you're familiar with Mama Star, she is big on Facebook and has written some wonderful books. I carry a couple of them in the shop. He trained under her, and he does something which is conjure, another type of magic, and he does bone casts. They're a little more expensive, they're more involved, so they're $70. They do last roughly an hour, but it's a different type of divination. He read me when he did the audition reading with the bones. It was amazing and interesting and very different. He also speaks Spanish, and I had quite a few of you, if not for yourselves and for family members, who asked about a Spanish-speaking reader. Finally found one. He's here, so give the shop a call tomorrow, or come on in. He's available. And then I also have Andrew Neblett, Dr. Neblett, also writer of many books himself, kinesiology, energy work. Most of you know Andrew. He's been at the shop. He's taught classes here. And so he's here. Andrew gives a very cut and dry reading. It's a solid reading. I've watched his predictions come true with people who have come in. Amazing and strong, but not a lot of hearts and flowers. This is just a tell it as it is kind of reading. In dramatic contrast to Todd, who's also here tomorrow, who does Reiki infused tarot. If you need energy work after or during, he'll be there to help with that for the same price. It's $30 for a half an hour. And he is wonderful for anyone who's having self-confidence issues, for anyone who's really unsure and needs encouragement, needs to not be yelled at, or not that Andrew yells at anybody, but he can be, very strong, and it's what's called for. But with Todd, wonderful for someone who's going through a tough time, who just wants to know it's really going to be okay, or how to proceed through a difficult time. He's great. So I've got Gary, Andrew, and Todd all here tomorrow, 12 to 6. They are booking up, but you can call the shop or come in. So I guess let's throw cards, okay? I was talking about lottery. Hang on. Hey, Tinny. Yeah, you're right, Patricia, about the islands. You can make it, if you want to, make an appointment. Gary, That's Andrew for a smack. Okay. All right. So about lottery. Not anymore, but back in the day when I opened 12 and a half years ago, it seemed like every fourth or fifth person that came in for reading said, I've had 7 readers tell me that I'm going to win the lottery. I've had 9 readers tell me I'm scheduled. I'll be like, not today. Not seeing that today. And in fact, in all my years of reading, I've been reading since I was 16, so it's been a few minutes that I've been reading. I've only once said to somebody, "Oh my God!" I said, "You gamble," and like I play my numbers every day. And I said, "Well, I've never said this before, but I think you're going to win big." She goes, "I feel it. I feel like I'm going to win big." And don't you know, 4 weeks later, sent me a picture of herself up in Hartford holding the big check, won the $100,000. Really cool. That is the only time I have ever seen someone win lottery or big money like that. It's hard. It doesn't happen all the time. I wish, I wish you could just predict lottery numbers. I also had friends that used to work in Wall Street. They were actually stockbrokers, excuse me. And talking about that, and they lived in a modest home in Fairfield, and but worked for a big investment banking company, and down at the stock market, and had said, if it was easy, I'd be living in Long Island. If it was easy, it's not, there's no insider trading. It's a skill set, and there's a whole, it's not just day trading and the stock market is a whole specialized field that takes years and years and years of study and a good chunk of luck to be successful. So looking at money as a source of freedom, security, and freedom. I want to throw these cards to give everyone an idea of what to expect. So it's a 5-card draw. The first is financial foundations. The second is money coming into your life soon, expecting short-term money. Then money opportunities to look at more closely. The 4th card is what new project will bring in money. And 5 is the resulting long-term financial situation, right? So, like I said, I'm not nervous. I'm talking really fast. That moon is just, I cannot believe. I can't wait to get outside tonight and just get into that for a little while. There's a palpable energy pulsing out there. And it's just so crystal clear. Gorgeous. Okay. We good out there? All right. Okay, Jennifer. Hey, Jess, Ollie, Anna. 5:30, 6 o'clock. Tatiana, who do you want to see, hon? Oh, this is so funny. Okay, everyone's talking amongst themselves in the comment section. Okay, so money for Aries. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this here. I really should throw cards before I do this and actually acquaint myself with how these are going to fall. Interesting, interesting. Okay, for Aries, the financial foundations, the 3 of Wands reversed. And I would say in terms of foundations, I don't see foundations and skill sets growing at this time. That is to say, is what you're coming in with is what you got. I don't see like the idea of it's working with what you have, working within your wheelhouse. So if you're thinking of going back to school, or if you're in school right now, you're kind of charting your course. And if you're out of school, I'm not feeling any new opportunities in terms of building your financial freedom foundation right now. It's what you have is what you have. No actual growth there. Money coming into your life soon, the wheel reversed. No, I again would look at investments. For Aries, and possibly the wheel reverse would speak to paying off debt or paying down debt more than actually building up your investments or a bank account. All right. Money opportunities to look at more closely, that's strength reversed. And I'm going to put that in healthcare, money opportunities in the health, wellness, nutrition, anything that again deals with physical and emotional strength, building up, making stronger, strength reversed. It also would suggest strength reversed is that the possibility of retirement, the possibility of disability, the possibility of being conservative, certainly. Again, I'm not looking at growth so much as maintenance. It gets better. New projects that will bring in money. I've got the King of Cups, and the resulting financial situation is the King of Swords. New King of Cups is the creative world. Cups are creativity, emotions. And the King of Swords speaks to technology, speaks to communications. So new projects, King of Cups, anything that marries in the future, mind you. It's not happening. There's no money coming in from this now. This is a future, and it still would deal with something that's in your strength, okay? But creativity that marries technology for Aries, somehow marrying those two, right? Now, frankly, everything is being driven by technology. Just had a talk with someone about even my shop, how you advertise. It's all being driven by social media. That again, that King of Swords, okay? Looking at technology. It's communication. How you communicate is going to really be how you bring in new money, especially in the arts, even in the arts. Okay? So basically, Aries, it's about building from where you're at now, what you're doing now. I don't see anything new, no new schooling, no new, where you're at now. If you're thinking of retiring, if you're thinking possibly of disability, I'm not sure about that really, but that could be part of it in terms of that strength reversed, but it also speaks to the health field. Okay? Taurus. Okay, financial foundations for Taurus, the 8 of Pentacles reversed. And money coming into your life, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, both reversed. Taurus, have you gone off track in terms of what you went to school for versus how you're making money? Those two things together, financial foundation, would speak to going back to, again, this is a little different than Aries, now it's going back to what you went to school for or getting more education as part of your foundation. With Taurus, with Aries, it was not doing that, working what you got, but with Taurus, actually, you need to build on that. You need to build on your knowledge base and your training. You could just be going for a certificate program, But for Taurus, it is about additional training or going back to what you were trained in, but education being key to your foundation. Money coming into your life through an Ace of Pentacles reversed? No, again, I don't see money coming in short term. Opportunities to look at more closely, the Moon reversed. Okay, that could be intuition and any of the intuition arts, readings, divination. It's also new skills being revealed. The Moon reverse does reveal new areas. It also speaks to being willing to listen to your gut, to your intuition, or perhaps you've been ignoring it. Time to listen to it. What's telling you? What are you being told to do? You need to look at that. Moon reversed. New projects will bring in money. Three of Swords. And the resulting financial situation, the Queen of Swords. Taurus. Oh, dear God. All right. Well, for one thing, new projects seem to come at an emotional cost. The idea that could be you got to fight to be able to go back to work. Talking about female autonomy, maybe you're with somebody who's not allowing female autonomy. There's this, you may have to leave children in daycare or with somebody else so you can go out and earn money. There's an aspect of heartbreak there around new projects. Yes, there's money coming in, but there's also a sense of, for a lot of women, you know, when you're home, you should be at work. When you're at work, you need to be home. There is a sense of resentment around this. So if you have a spouse that's taking on more time out of the home, it could be resentment around, okay, now I do everything. Now I have no help here. But for Taurus, it just seems to come at an emotional cost. Whatever new avenues to bring in money, something has to give. Something has to be sacrificed, and it's not easy. But there seems also to be a sense of resentment, like I need to have something of my own. I need to be able to do this for myself. And again, with that Moon reversed, a lot of things are just being revealed. It also could be that somebody mismanaged money, Taurus, and now it's up to you to fix that situation. And that's, again, something being revealed. Not an easy time right now. But the challenge and the opportunity is to look at your foundations in terms of education, what you know. If you need to go back and get a certificate, if you need to go back and get some sort of recertified or something like that, this is the time to do that, to get prepared to make money. Okay, Gemini. Okay. Okay, financial foundations, the Empress reversed. Two things with Empress reversed. One, it could be money coming in through the matriarch. That is, it could be inheritance through grandmother, mother. That's a big one. But money's coming in through the female, at a cost. And I say that because the second card, money coming in soon, is the Four of Cups, which is something has to give here. So obviously, if you're inheriting it, then there's been a loss. But if it's coming in through the female, there's an emotional cost to that. So the idea of It's coming in. It's coming in again through the female. Okay. Money opportunities, look at more closely. The Devil card. Well, that is addiction issues, money opportunities in terms of giving up things that aren't good for you. Money in terms of reining in spending for Gemini. Many opportunities in terms of cutting off anything that's draining money out of the household. That is a waste of time, waste of energy, not healthy for you. That's where money opportunities are there. If you're looking at career-wise, of course, anything with addiction services, anything to do with security. I would read security in that card. Security. And when I say security, I'm thinking of guns. I'm thinking of arms. I'm thinking of the military. It's not necessarily, you wouldn't think the Devil's a military card, but it speaks to toxicity. It speaks to the need to be on guard against something that could be harmful. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes to that. It could be military. New projects that bring in money. The Knight of Cups reversed. And the resulting financial situation is the Ten of Pentacles, which is home ownership, which is money in the home or working out of the home. Knight of Cups reversed. Unfortunately, speaks to new projects. It could be a child leaving the home that actually is somehow saving money. If you've been supporting kids, it could be the end of child support payments. That's right there, Knight of Cups reversed would speak to that. It's basically here for Gemini more about staunching money flow, finding the holes in the bucket that's letting your money out, more than bringing in new money. And really looking at the trade-off of again, the Empress reversed and that Four of Cups. How do you balance that with money coming in again through the matriarch? And the way I would say, even if it's, let's just say, and this is, I'm not projecting this, so don't hear this way, but let's say your mother helped take care of the children. Now she passes, and so let's say there is some inheritance there, but now you have no one to watch the children. And that sounds that's devoid of all emotion. It's your mother, or it's your grandmother, or it's your, but you know what I'm saying to you is that's the trade-off there. If you've got a wife who works all the time at her own business and you don't see her, well, there's the trade-off. How do you handle that? And I really think sometimes it's what you don't spend. If money saved is money earned. That's Gemini. That's what I would say here. That's how I would look at this reading. A dollar saved is a dollar earned. Okay, so look at where you can plug up holes where the money is flowing and fix that. Okay. House 4 is Cancer. So for Cancer, oh my gosh. Okay. Financial foundations, the Ace of Wands reversed. Again, Cancer, I'm going to say this isn't about growing. It's about working what you have. Okay? No new creativity, but working within your construct. That's your foundation. What you're doing now is your foundation. Money coming into your life soon. the Ten of Wands, that's the straw that broke the camel's back. So it needs to happen where you are. Money opportunities to look at more closely. The Two of Wands reversed. This is working independently, not as part of a group or getting support of the group. So I'm going to say with this regard, it would be like, let's say you're a hairdresser. Well, maybe you cut hair at home as well. If you work on cars, maybe you also work on cars at home. You get where I'm going with this? You're an accountant. Maybe you got private clients that you work on at home. Bringing what you do into the home or working independently, working your day and night job are kind of the same. How's that? You moonlight with the same day job, but it's working by yourself where you don't have the overhead. Maybe you're doing it under the table, but that is your strong suit, is what you do. What new project brings in money? The High Priestess reversed. And honestly, Cancer, this isn't the time to look at things like doing Reiki for money, or doing readings for money. This is a time for looking at what you literally bring money in. How do you make money? All Reiki energy, first of all, whatever you do, you can Reiki. You can Reiki if you're a hairdresser, you can Reiki your tools, Reiki your chair. But in terms of doing it full time to make money, anything that's mystical, it may not be the time for that. I have a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm doing an Etsy store, doing my wrapped stones." That's great, but there are like literally 50,000 wrapped stones on Etsy. So you're going to want to find a way to make it really special. If you're going to stand out in a field of 50,000 candles, those things are they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So and I don't see anything new right now, Cancer, that you're going to be able to latch onto and make money in this field. There's always another book to be written. There's always some new gift to share, but you're going to have to channel that from someplace else. Again, I'm seeing that the money's coming in through what you do, not what you want to do. Not right now. The resulting financial situation is temperance, balance. Making more money, paying your bills. But I want you to look at what you do during your day and how you can make money at it on your own, as your own business, or taking what you know and building on that. Building on what you... So in other words, the other thing would be, you're in real estate. Well, real estate management, mortgage services. Look at the area of where you're at to grow. Grow within your field. That's what I want to say. Grow within your field. A lot of times people get very creative minded and they start looking at the bigger, dial it in. Dial it in. Look at what you actually have growing in your own yard, not in the field, 10 miles down the road. Okay, Leo. Okay. Financial foundations, Queen of Cups. Financial foundations, strong mother instincts, nurturing, nursing, caretaking. Money coming into your life soon, the Hermit. Again, I'm going to say this would be like working in social services. This would be like working in caregiving, but independently, perhaps taking on client under the table. That may be where you make money, or it also speaks to daycare, running a daycare out of your home. Queen of Cups, the Hermit. It's autonomy by yourself, literally working by yourself, working independently. But there's a very nurturing aspect to it too. Money coming into your life soon. I'm seeing the Two of Coins reversed. That usually speaks to the end of money juggling. There's not less juggling of money, right? Perhaps the ability to be able to invest some money. New projects that bring in money. The Eight of Cups. Can be travel. New projects bringing in money. It also could be travel, move. Eight of Cups. sometimes home, like as in culture, as in where you're from, resulting financial situation, the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, that's, again, this for Leo is all about financial independence. And with the Queen of Cups, anything that actually nurtures or takes care of other people. That's something Leo is very good at. So anything that makes people feel safe, feel taken care of, feel like they've been nurtured, listened to, and that's a big part of it. The idea of whatever you're doing, Leo, you're doing it with an eye to, I hear you. You know, okay? That idea of again, social services, nurturing, caretaking. Independent, working independently is your strong suit. That's the true of every Leo. Every Leo does well. Leos lead, they don't follow. I'm seeing into juggling. I'm seeing there's something about bringing something in from home, bringing something in again from homeland, something about leaving and coming back. And then financial security. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the money to be made for Leo didn't happen in a woman-dominated field or a woman-dominated customer base. So almost like people, there's a strong homework connection. It could be working out of the house. It could be. Or bringing something back into home as a new project. It's all very emotional for Leo. But good. Leo, that's good stuff at the end of the day. Okay. So Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Financial foundations, the Knight of Swords, action, movement. In this case, for you, Virgo, it's on the move. It's on the rise. A lot of communication. I'm thinking a lot of even technology. Swords are air. That's always technologically driven, but it's moving very fast. Okay. Financial foundations are shifting. Shifting base. Money coming into your life soon. King of Wands. Hard work paying off. Leading group. Leading. King of Wands. Wands are again air. No, I'm sorry. So wands are fire. Excuse me. But it still speaks to King of Wands is friendly, outgoing, group leader. Group leaders. That's a big part of it. Directing, managing. That's where money's coming in. Now, it could be these two cards together, Knight of Swords, King of Wands, that could speak to promotion for you, Virgo. It certainly is moving very, very fast. Money opportunities to look at more closely. The Chariot reversed. Okay, the Chariot reversed in this position right here is telling you things are coming at you so fast. Excuse me, but decision right away. There's a lot of things coming at you. A lot of information is like hitting you really hard. Virgo is an earth sign, and Virgo does need to be methodical. This is no time to leave that idea of being methodical. So people presenting boom, 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 boom. You say, okay, thank you. Duly noted. I'm going to look at this, and I'll get back to you in a day or two. Make no decision on the fly, Virgo. Okay? New projects that bring in money, and I see the Five of Cups, and that is regret. And the resulting financial situation is the Death card. What do I see happening? When I see the Five of Cups and regret, and I see death, that's change. It could be change due to breakup, which very often leaves us in better financial situation, better finances than than when we were together. We were with somebody who was draining the finances, somebody who wasn't managing money very well. Sometimes, again, being master of our own destiny, the autonomy, it means that we're actually in better shape financially. But this does seem like it's a big change. Again, nothing's. It could be something you thought was going to happen, just didn't happen, and that's how I'd read that. Like that, it was. You had a thought that something, was gonna be different, and it's not. It didn't happen the way you thought. Now it's very emotional versus like being educational, or which I would see that was a wands card or a fire card. This is an emotional thing. This is something you really hope would happen that didn't. But where it's going to benefit you financially is now you're going to take control of that. Maybe you let someone else handle the finances. Maybe you let someone manage your money and they really screwed it up. Just because someone has a degree in money management, let me tell you, they can lose assets, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars will get lost. Madonna, and I'll never forget this, she had a financial person. She runs all her own finances. She does not let anyone handle her finances. Any big decisions are made by her. Why? Because she had a financial advisor that built her out of millions when she was pretty new in her career. And if you look at big stars and their stories, you read about how, Kevin Bacon, there were so many that lost millions and millions of dollars trusting people who had great financial degrees, backgrounds, and no. Just because someone says they can do something, and I'm going to say with Virgo, there it is. Just because someone said they could do it, yeah, they didn't. Someone said they were going to come through, well, they didn't. And now the financial opportunity, the financial situation, which is that you'll now take control of that. Okay. Yes, come earlier. It ends at 6 o'clock. So, Janice, Marie, Peggy, hi. Okay, yep. Erica, all right. So now we're working on the second half, house 7, which is Libra. Okay. Financial foundation, the 7 of Pentacles. And honestly, for Libra, it looks like things are paying off. Things are finally paying off for you. Hard work is paying off. You've got good foundation and or investments, and it's coming. Whatever time and energy you put into it, you're seeing the wonderful product of that. Money coming into your life soon. Page of Pentacles reversed. News of new money. In the immediate future, I'm going to say no. There's no immediate new influx. Enjoying what's happening. There's revenues, dividends of what you've done, but I don't see a new venture right now. In fact, if anything, tend what you have, because I don't see new happening right now. Like, don't see new growth. Money opportunities to look at more closely. The 5 of Swords. I'm going to say, Libra, it's really about now protecting your assets, how you have things invested. Do you have things invested? Are you looking at your retirement? Are you looking at long-term goals? Because looking at where you put your money, Libra, is where I'm seeing this idea of, I'm okay right now, now how do I better my position for the future? I'm protecting what I have. What I have is growing and doing well, but now how do I push some of that off so that I have money later? New projects that bring in money. The 7 of Cups. Now for Libra, interestingly enough, that's a very creative, delusional, could be delusional, also could be very dreamlike. Believe it or not, I would say anything to do with cannabis for Libra. Anything that has to do with spirits, alcohol, I mean, imbibing, If you're looking at, oh man, liquor stores are terrible investments. They really aren't good. But anything to do with cannabis, cannabis products, new projects. In this case, I'm going to say for Libra, any of the metaphysical things, anything that's creative and mystical. For Libra, here you go. I'm giving you the green light on that here. If you were going to start a podcast, if you were going to start reading for money, for you, Libra, a good idea. You should see that growing, and the idea of going into that direction energetically should work well for you. The financial situation, the Four of Wands reversed. Well, the resulting foundation takes you out of the home and puts you out of the home, and in a good way. Has you working out of the home, perhaps as you're traveling, perhaps it has you going to an office. If you've been reading, here is something for you would-be tarot or whatever readers. Get an office space. You can rent a small office, I mean an 8 by 8 foot office, a little office space for, I think it's like even in Connecticut, they rent for like $150 a month. You rent a space. Maybe you're at the point where you shouldn't have people in your home anymore. Maybe you've got too many clients. Maybe you're too diverse. It also can be unsafe. You know, I'm going to say the possibility that teaming these cards up speaks to doing it out of the home and in another place, whether it's a spa or a spiritual center. But it's time to take it out of the house and put it out into the world. Okay? So growing it, but then you're too big for home. All right? And that's true whatever you're doing. The idea that you're going to be too big to be home-based, time to go pro and out of the house. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. Financial foundations, King of Pentacles. It's a great card. It's a great card for management. It's a great card for business. It's a great card for management and business, basically. Money coming into your life soon. Tower reversed. It's coming into your life. This would be like money from an accident paying off. This would be like money from catastrophe if you work in emergency health services. Again, I'm going to go back to that military aspect of things. Money coming in through catastrophic change. Now don't hear that like, oh my God, there's going to be an accident, there's going to be a death. That isn't what I'm talking about. But if you're waiting for a payout, yeah, this could be the time. If you're in medicine, it's emergency medicine though. The Tower reversed is in fact catastrophic change, and you own that. You make that change. And I gotta say, money opportunities, look at more closely. I don't think you love what you're doing. You know, Page of Cups reversed. But the money to be made is doing something you don't necessarily like doing. But that's where the money is coming in. Does that make sense, Scorpio? It just feels like there is no creativity to it. It seems like, you know, this, and again, with the Tower reversed, I'm thinking of ambulances, I'm thinking of fire trucks, I'm thinking of first responders, I'm thinking of people that do insurance claims, insurance adjustments for weather, for I'm just trying to give you some stuff so you run with it. It's medicine, it's emergency medicine, earthquakes, anything that comes to the tornadoes, things that repairing, doing roof repairs, home repairs, rebuilding things. Basically, money comes in through rebuilding and intervention, emergency intervention. but I don't think that this is your first love. And in fact, I don't think you're happy doing it, but yet the money's there. That's where the money is. And it does feel like you're working very hard. That's the resulting fin situation. The Three of Pentacles reversed. It's not what you want to be doing. It's almost as if, oh, I know so many people who took jobs. They were just jobs to get them through till they found their real job, and 20 years later, well, they're still at that job. And then they make good money, but it was a job they never meant to have. They never meant that would be what I do. Oh my God, I've been doing it for 25 years. This was a job I took, this is somewhere I graduated college till I got my real job, and here I am 25 years later. But unfortunately, I'm seeing that work pay off. I'm seeing that being where the money comes in. Scorpio, it's like a job that you thought you wouldn't be having forever, and yet there you are still doing it. And the money's getting better. The money is there. The job is secure. That's the King of Pentacles again speaks to financial security. You also, one other way of looking at it is insurance, health insurance. You could be taking care of someone who you have to have health insurance for. Like that's an option. That Tower reversed is again managing through chaos. And yeah, this is like a woman who goes back to work because her husband had changed jobs and he doesn't have health insurance, so now she's working, so there's health insurance. I know lots of women who are working just to cover health insurance costs. I really do wish I could pass out winning lottery numbers. I wish everyone, I wish I could just sit there and do that. I would do that. Okay. Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius, financial foundations, the Five of Wands reversed. Well, I will say that you, Sagittarius, it looks like you are at that wonderful point where you're no longer climbing your way up the ladder. There's no sense of urgent struggle, no sense of when there's competition. Whatever you're doing now, it looks like you're at that wonderful point where there's not a lot of competition for what you're doing, and that's great. Money coming into your life soon, yeah. Knight of Pentacles is bringing it in. Whatever you're doing, your hard work is paid off. Where you're at that point where, yeah, I do what I do, and there's no competition. Hey, listen, 12 and a half years of running the shop right now. No one's doing it exactly the way I'm doing it, and no, there is no competition. Not for what I'm doing. Other businesses that I support and certainly send people off to, but I'm blessedly without a lot of competition after a lot of hard work, and the money's coming in now. So that's what I'm seeing here for Sagittarius. Money opportunities to look at more closely, the Six of Swords, and for Sag, that is usually foreign money. That would be foreigners, foreign money, money across the ocean. It could be money in travel, money in relocation, expanding territory, often outside of the country. But that's what Sagittarius would say. Look at also homeland. Look at your homeland. Look at where you're from culturally. If you're from a place or ethnically out of the country, there could be money there. There could be expansion possibilities there. Okay. What new project will bring in money? Oh, the Two of Cups. That's partnership, friendship. Sag is good at that. Sag does form alliances well. And for Sagittarius, it looks like, yeah, money through partnership, money through friendship, sure. If a friend has you working with them, if you a lot of realtors, my mom found that she doubled her revenue as a realtor when she partnered with another realtor. They were able to show twice as many houses. They got into, and they just split everything. And because they were friends and they were fair and they were putting the same effort, they both benefited from that. There was always someone there to show a house. It was never a scramble. It was good. And what I'm seeing, so I'm saying for that Two of Cups here, for Sag, same things holds true. Working with another person, working in partnership, yeah, that just brings in more money. Brings in, and it's mutually beneficial. And lastly, the resulting financial situation, justice reversed. Ooh, okay. I'm going to say, Sag, watch your tax return, watch your taxes, watch how you are. This would not be the time, Sag, to take a shortcut or try to, don't do things under the table if you can't. You know, don't try to, this is just a warning for Sag. Everything is so good here, but justice reversed. Make sure, if you're, and I had this happened to a friend of my ex-husband's. He was working for a small company selling speedboats, like Donzi's, expensive speedboats, and his boss at the time said, he was paying him under the table, saying, "Don't worry about it, I got it. You know, don't worry about taxes. I'm taking care of my end." Well, guess what? He didn't. And guess what? He took the hit. He took the hit. He ended up owing the IRS a lot of money, which, by the way, they don't want to put you in jail for that because you can't make money when you're in jail. So they work out payment plans for you. But so I'm going to say here, justice reverse. Like if someone's telling you, you don't have to worry about paying taxes on that, or hey, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write this way so you don't get hit, or watch that. This is, and again with this general environment of things being revealed, and this is no time to be cheating. So make sure, Sag, that you're on the up and up in every way, because it'll come back to bite you in the ass. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn. Damn, Capricorn. Okay. Financial foundations, judgment. That's signing contracts. That's nailing down commitments. That's great. That's great. That is, if you're in sales, you are, you're making quota. You're looking really good. Okay, things in your favor. Accounts coming your way. All good stuff. Is money coming into your life soon? Hangman reversed. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this is about a deferred gratification. This is about doing the hard work and the payoff is later. You're okay with that, Capricorn. You always play a long game. So I'm going to say no. The money is not coming in immediately, but it's coming in, and that's okay. Money opportunities to look at more closely, the Three of Cups. I'm going to say again, if you're being offered a new job, if you're being offered an opportunity, take it. If it's something that, looking at these cards again, if this short-term payoff isn't there, but it's someplace like I've always wanted to live in Hawaii, oh my God, they're hiring, it's less than I'm used to making, or it's not the position, but I can work my way up to it, but I'll be in Hawaii. Well, for God's sakes, take it. Take that job, enjoy that aspect. So even if it's something you've always wanted to do and it's being offered to you, but they're saying, well, but we can't pay you what you're making now, but we will be able to in a year, just make sure it's in the contract and go for it. Okay? Go for it. What new project will bring in money? The Lovers. I'm seeing loving what you're doing. And that's, you always make more money when you're happy what you're doing. This is in direct contrast to Scorpio, where it's like the money's there, but you don't love doing it, but that's where the money is. It's not what you want to be doing. But I'm saying for Capricorn, oh my God, it's totally what you want to be doing. It's totally with people you like in an environment where you're happy. So if in fact things are lined up and it's like, well, here, but I love that. I love that line of work. Of course I want to do that. So the only caveat is the fact that the money may be not what you were used to making or what you have been making. And the resulting financial situation, Knight of Wands reversed, well, all that is workaholic, working. Hello? Talk about the cherry on Capricorn Sunday. Capricorn loves that. They love it. It's like, I can work harder than ever. Oh my God, sign me up. You know, it's like Capricorn is beside themselves. Capricorn and Virgo are like, dear God, well, and Taurus, believe me, Taurus is stoic, and leave it to a Taurus. Taurus will go in. My Taurus ex-father-in-law, I mean, torn rotator cuff. You know, he could be bleeding from a gash, and he'd be like ready for work. You know, Taurus just keeps going, man. Workhorses. But Capricorn, always happy to take on more, especially if there's, again, if that's going to pay off in the long term. They're on it. They're on it. And Virgo, you add the bonus of helping people, or able to tell people what to do, so you're helping them. Heck, Virgo's on board too. But this is Capricorn's reading, and Capricorn, this is awesome for you. Awesome. If there's something new being presented to you, even if it looks like a short-term financial loss, if it's where you want to be, doing what you want to be doing, with who you really like working with, in a field that you're really happy with, this idea of celebration, go for it. Go for it. Capricorn, and then Aquarius. Aquarius, what are you up to? Okay. Interesting. All right, so Aquarius, you're in a weird place here. Okay. So financial foundation is the sun reversed. Now the sun reversed does speak to failure, does speak to unsuccessful. And so in this position of foundation, I'm going to suggest possible loss through divorce, possible loss through legal suit, the need to rebuild due to financial loss. That, and the foundation there is really about getting back what you had. Possibly you went through savings when you were unemployed, or it looks like unemployed, not sick, okay, just to be clear. But there's a need to rebuild here, and money coming into the life. It's not short-term money. There's no short-term big fall, a windfall. There's nothing happening, but it's rocking a hard place. New project Emperor, which speaks to autonomy from business ownership. Man, you may have loaned money out of the business, or taken a loan against your business, or had to rebuild the business in some way. Some aspect of things not moving forward, or new sales not being generated. But again, rock in a hard place. And it really is hard moving forward. This is the rock in the hard place. It's you know your business. Aquarius, you know what you're doing. You are good at what you're doing. There's no doubt about that. It looks like it's like through no fault of your own, things changed. Let's just say here, a great example, somebody who owned a bunch of video stores, days when Blockbuster, and and then technology changed. And now we no longer have video stores. We have Redbox, but the days when you went to the video stores, and those were fun days, by the way, going on a Saturday or a Friday night and getting your videos for the weekend. That was a big social thing, picking out your movies. No more of that. I'm going to say this looks like that. It looks like something has shifted, possibly through divorce, possibly but again, through no fault of your own. But now it's about rebuilding and changing in a different environment. And it's a rock in a hard place. It's almost, I want to think that you would need to relocate or sell the business. It's not in a growth industry any longer. So your foundation, what you've been trained in to do, is either shrinking or diminishing somehow, but you still have excellent business management skills. It's just that the business itself has shifted. It certainly isn't growing. It's like change or or be irrelevant. It's time to change how you where you put your money, or where you're putting money, and how you're making money. And I'm sorry for that, Aquarius. I just don't know that you can grow. Or here's the thing, it also speaks to somebody who's at the top of their field and you can't make any more money. Like there's no place to go. There's no more growth. You're at the top of your field, and now it's like, and maybe you're too young to be thinking of retirement, and it's like there's no new creativity. There's no new lands to conquer. You pretty much, what do you do next? I don't know. Rock in a hard place. So these cards would speak to either doing what you do at another location. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if this is something that can be relocated. It may just have run its course, like Forever 21. There's another great example of a business of the two Chinese Americans that started that company with very little money, but they invested and they built. Forever 21 was huge. They raked in millions and millions of dollars on the idea of disposable clothing. That was the whole premise, that people were going to buy cheap clothes that they only wear a few times and basically throw away or get rid of because it just didn't hold up. But it let people change their wardrobes fast for the very young market, that Forever 21 young market. But what's happened there with clothing? Well, people looking at investment clothing now. They don't want to throw their clothes away. They don't want things that are going to rip after they wear it 2 or 3 or 4 times. They want quality. So now, let's say you were in the clothing industry, you're either going to invest in better clothing, you're going to change your lines, or you're going to go under. So that's a great analogy for what I'm seeing for Aquarius. Either you're going to do something very different in how you approach business, but there's no middle ground here. Rock in a hard place in the money opportunities. It really is grow, change, or be irrelevant, or go out of business, or accept the fact that you're not going to do anything more than you're doing right now. This isn't a growth thing. Okay? But the new projects, the Emperor, would be starting a new business, because you do know business. You are good at that. Okay? It also, just really quick, speaks to somebody who doesn't want to work for somebody else. That's the other aspect of that, where it gets challenging, is I don't see any community involvement. I'm seeing somebody who wants to run the show. And if you're a man, and I've seen this so many times, but if you're a man who's run his business with such an iron fist, you may have sons that don't want to go into the business and grow it. Your sons will be like, yeah, Dad, it's all you, but I don't want to be part of that business. Okay? Now what are you going to do? There you go. Okay, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Financial foundation, the 5 of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, things are getting better. Things were dire for a while, but they're getting better. Okay, finances on the growth. Things are okay. Hard work paying off, and having, or I'm gonna say, like, you've paid off your debt, now you can start saving money again. Okay, that's Pisces. Money coming into your life soon. 7 of Wands. It's coming in, but it's very competitive. There's a lot of struggle. It's a very competitive field. It's really about leading the pack. It's about standing out amongst the competition. That's where the money comes in, is when you're doing something different than everybody else. Okay? So I don't care if you're a waitress. If you're a waitress, you do it differently than everybody else waits. If everyone else waitresses a certain way, well, you do it different. You know, maybe it's how you hand in the little receipt, or it's how there's always some different way. I was the world's worst waitress. I was so ridiculously bad. I was good. You know, I ran the food fast, but I mean, I never came for specials. And it was so funny. I was comical, and I made awesome tips. That time that I was, because it was so bad I was good, and or people just felt sorry for me the way I made money, so it worked out. They found I was better behind the bar than I was with the food, but still, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever your strengths are, you play to them and make yourself stand out. I always dressed a little different too. However the uniform was, I always managed to tweak it a little bit. So money opportunities to look at more closely, the 3 card, the Magician reversed. Well, that's easy. The money opportunities come in when you play to your strengths, and you're not playing to your strengths. So again, that goes hand in glove with that number 2 card. Money will come in when you start doing things a little different, when you start standing out. Stop really realizing you've got to stand out to make an impact, and you've got to be different than the competition. What new projects will bring in money? The 7 of Swords. Well, actually, I'm going to say what new project you may be leaving and doing something different. The idea of taking on something very new and different. The 7 of Swords is looking at everything you do and really with a very, very skeptical and surgical eye. What really makes money? What really works for me? And what is just wasting my time? I'll give you an example. Social media, and I've really had to look at that. Yes, social media builds the business, but I've also had to really not kid myself how much time you're spending on social media, how much is really geared up to being with my patrons and people I care about, and making sure everyone's okay, being a presence and letting people know about what's going on, and how much time I spent reading articles, and really I could be doing other things. And so that's what I'm saying in terms of new projects. It really is about taking what makes money, taking what actually helps you financially, or your financial situation, or your advertising, or what brings in money. And if it doesn't, excuse me, limit your time doing it, or eliminate it altogether. We're eliminating time wasters. How's that? Just like with Gemini, it was about eliminating things that were holes in the bucket there, things that were draining money. But for Pisces, it's eliminating time wasters, because money is time. And the resulting financial situation, the Page of Wands reversed. Oh, honey, it's just about work, work, work. Page of Wands is just, it's reversed. So it's that idea of if you were thinking you'd be working less, well, guess what? You'll be working more. If you thought all this was going to result in you having more time off, I'm going to say no, just the opposite. You'll be working harder and longer. But again, why? Because in financial foundations, the 5 of Pentacles reversed speaks to coming out of a bad situation. So you've come out of it. Let's say you've paid off debt. Well, this isn't, you don't get to quit now. It's just you're at the starting line. That means you reset yourself back to point 1. Now you get to move forward and start saving money, making money, and saving it. All right? Okay. I don't tend to focus on money myself, and that's been a mistake in my life. I started doing better when I started looking at money differently, and money is just energy. That's all it is. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just energy. It is the energy which keeps the lights on in my business. It's the energy that keeps gas in my car. It keeps everything flowing. And being a good steward of money, not wasting money, not so you're not cheating people out of money. And I have a real issue with that in this line of work. But as I always say, there's bad mechanics, bad lawyers, bad doctors. So yes, there are some bad psychics. That's only a small part of my business. I have a whole gift shop, and it's in a multi-service shop. So it's not just about coming and getting a reading. And in fact, readings is just one small part of what we do here at Talisman. So I guess what I would tell everybody is really, I am shocked at how many people don't have a budget. But if there's one thing you could do for yourself starting off now in January, is why don't you put together a budget? Put together a solid budget for your house, and you might be shocked at where your money's going. Look at your bills, look at utilities. A lot of us pay money. I don't. I write checks, I keep a checkbook. I like to see where the money is going. Literally, I like writing those checks. I'm also very suspicious of technology and money. I had my PayPal, which I was told could never happen, but it did. Last year, I had my business account shut down when they got me through PayPal. And now every time there's a movement on PayPal, I get an alert on my phone. Could have done that initially though, right? And saved myself, I got my money back, but it would have saved me time and a lot of hassle trying to unsort that as I shut down an account and couldn't get money out, all that good stuff. So what I'm saying is, look at where your money's going, look where you spend your money, and it's like keeping a diet notebook, looking at how much food you eat, and you realize how many calories you really do take in. Look at where the money really goes. Have a family budget, and whoever's taking care of the money, and I'm shocked at the number of women who have no idea how much their mortgage on the house is because their husband takes care of all that. Well, that's great. How many women do I sit with whose husbands weren't paying the mortgage, and then they find out that their house is underwater or the house is going into foreclosure, and they never knew because the husband wasn't paying the mortgage. Know where your money is. Take that one thing out of this. Be a good steward of your money. And it means you have to then ask hard questions. What happens if someone died and all of a sudden, how are you going to pay your light bill? How are you going to pay your bills? Know where the money is. Know how much money is spent. Know how much money is being saved. So that's my TED Talk. This is about money. The readings are about money. And again, having the security to make your own decisions, to live independently, to have peace of mind requires skillful and savvy management of your assets and how you manage your money. All right. So thank you all. I'll see you again next week. Everyone behave and get some rest. Bye. Oh my goodness. Good night.